Members of the Fly Music Society, welcome back to the channel. So for those of you who have been around since I essentially started this channel, way before I was doing music reactions, I dabbled in trailer reactions, TV show reactions, and movie reactions. So that's going to be coming back to the channel a little bit, more so because I have a little bit more time on my hands now with some life changes and stuff. So I'm excited about that. But quick little history. I got into that type of stuff because one, I liked watching it, but I got into watching those after the Venom trailer released. I'm a huge fan of Venom, and I just went down a rabbit hole of watching every single, large creator, small creators, every single reaction to that particular trailer, which was a great trailer, by the way. Probably one of the better trailers out there in 5 years or so, besides the Batman trailer, which was probably my favorite. There's gonna be a lot more of this kind of stuff on the channel. I know I missed the Deadpool one. I missed a bunch of trailers that have come out recently that I really want to do. So hopefully you guys enjoy this content because there's going to be more of it on here. The Patreon's going to be filled with TV show reactions, movie show reactions, or TV show reactions, movie reactions. So, but today we're doing the Venom Last Dance trailer. A couple things before we get into this. The Venom movie I actually really liked. It's nothing like, it's not a spectacular piece of art. It's not supposed to be.
What the hell are you? We are Venom.
I thought it was a fun ride. I thought the, dynamic between Venom or Eddie Brock and Venom was great. I thought Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock was amazing. I thought when the symbiote was there, they did a good job of making the symbiote look like they did in the comics, except for obviously the spider symbol because Spider-Man's not in this universe right now. Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage was actually really bad, in my opinion. I did not enjoy it at all. I thought it was too goofy. I thought they kind of missed the mark with the dynamic between Eddie and Venom. I understand it's part of the situation and part of the story to kind of get them at ends and having them kind of have this like almost like a separation, if you want to call it that, to lead into this movie, right? And I also don't like that they duped us a little bit. Maybe thinking that he was going to be Eddie Brock and Venom were going to be in No Way Home, or that he was even going to be in the MCU. Apparently, this is Tom Hardy's last Venom movie, which sucks. But we're going to see if this ties into the MCU at all. I did notice, though, that this is not on Sony's official YouTube. This is on Marvel Entertainment's official YouTube. That's saying something to me. I believe that means something. I could be reading into it, but before we get into it, I did move up 5 seconds so we don't see like the little sneak peek of the trailer. That's what the trailer's for. So I need to stop doing that. For those of you who knew, what we do here is for this type of stuff, I'll watch it, I'll react to it, and then I'll kind of discuss my thoughts on the trailer and what I think it might be, what it might not be, and just kind of go from there. For those of you that don't know, I do read comic books. I'm a big fan of Marvel, big fan of DC, all the comic book movies. Yep, that's gonna be part of the channel now. So without further ado, let's go ahead. This is Venom: The Last Dance. All right, here we go. Wearing the same thing he wore in No Way Home.
That I have a really dark and unpredictable side to me.
Stop speaking.
I'm giving you a chance, sweetie. When?
I get excited every time the symbiote comes out.
What are you?
We are Venom.
We're Venom! We are Venom! No. Oh. Yeah, we are Venom. We're gonna need to work on that.
Holy shit, he just bit all their heads off.
To all the finest places.
I need to tie them up.
Knew it was impossible. That we were alone in the universe.
All the symbiotes.
And it's our job to make sure that remains a secret.
Let's go get him.
I'm confused because wasn't that in the MCU where it was left at the bar?
We are fugitives. On the run, in the shit.
You're living the dream, my friend.
You mean it?
No!
Oh shit, it's James Bond. Mrs. Chen.
has to be a reason they're after us.
Eddie, my own, has found us. Jesus Christ!
Holy shit.
There's an army coming that cannot be beaten.
As long as Venom lives, everyone, everything will end.
We may not make it out of this alive, buddy.
Eddie, the time has come.
Be honest with me. How fast do you think you can get that thing to go without killing it?
Only one way to find out.
Are we gonna see a symbiote horse? Yes. That looks so sick, man. Dope. Their posters are always sick. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Venom, the comic books. That's probably my favorite character. My favorite reads for most of the comics. Like I said, I was excited when the original movies came out. I thought the storyline for the first one was decent, but the dynamic between Eddie and you know, it's like a buddy cop movie essentially between them two, was really cool, and I really enjoyed it. Wasn't a fan of the second one, but I've grown to love this rendition of it in terms of the character development between them two at the very least, and the relationship between them two. So that's really cool. I have questions. You can't tell from a trailer. I think the good movies and the good production companies are able to make the trailer have the same tone as the movie. And I think the original trailer for the first one of this did very well with that. And, you know, the Batman trailer did very good with that. It had the same exact tone as the movie, right? I believe this is directed, I forget the name of the director, but it's one of the people who wrote the original, one of the original Venom comics. All right, so apparently I was a little bit wrong about this. The writer is Kelly Marcel. She wrote the last two movies, but she's making her directorial debut in this movie. So don't know how I feel about that, because the writing for both of them were kind of iffy. I think the first one, the writing was okay and the directing was okay. Judging from the trailer, the directing looked fine. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, Kelly Marcel is a writer. She's a British screenwriter. And like I said, she wrote Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and she wrote this one as well. And she's directing in this one. She also wrote 50 Shades of Grey, for those of you who know what that is. So we'll see. But yeah, that's who the writer is. It just looks like it's better directed. It's more cohesively directed. The last movie was all over the place. The tonality switches were crazy in that one. It seems like this is going to start out as kind of the buddy cop type of movie and move into kind of it being a serious thing where, you know, his world is kind of coming to destroy our world, right? And Venom is here to, I guess, help save it. But I like that this is kind of a flip of the last two, right? The last two movies were Eddie Brock and how he's dealing with his life and, you know, kind of being a recluse or being a loner or a loser, as Venom calls it, and kind of building up his confidence and all of that stuff. It's a more of a story about Eddie Brock, and Venom is there to kind of help as a side character. This seems like a flip. It's going to be Venom's story, why Venom is a loner, loser, all that stuff, and Eddie Brock's going to be there to help him. So I think that's a really cool dynamic to kind of have this close out. And the questions I have. I did see, I forget the actor's name, but you know, they're getting the symbiote from the bar. He left that behind in the MCU, right? So, which is a different universe than the Sony universes. So my question is, well, two questions: is if this movie is retconning that now, or if there was a symbiote left in both sides, right? Because sometimes they're parallel universes. That whole thing's a mess. The multiverse is a mess. Could a piece of the symbiote have been left in the MCU universe as well as the Sony universe too, right? Very, very possible, but I want that question answered because I saw that in the trailer and that kind of made me upset because it seems like they're retconning that whole thing. You know, I'd like to see Venom in the MCU. I would like it to be Tom Hardy, but I understand if they're kind of gonna go a different way with it. It is what it is, but that's one of my bigger questions. But yeah, I mean, we see follow-ups from both movies here. We see the agent that was in charge of, I think it was in charge of Eddie, right? Or was it in charge of, he's a British actor. I forget his name right now. My mind ceases to work today. but we saw him kind of have the eyes of the symbiote in him, right? And he's going to be in this, it looks like, having the symbiote. But this kind of looks like the ending of the trilogy for these 3 movies, which means it's going to end up being bigger stakes, right? The first 2 stakes weren't that great because it was a singular entity that he was trying to defeat, right? With Carnage, I wish Carnage was better because Carnage is a great character. He's a great and like brooding character, scary character in the comics, but they just screwed it up. But this looks like it's an all world beating type of thing. We have all the symbiotes, we have Venom, we have his world coming in to destroy our world, right? So all of those things I feel like coming to fruition are a very cool thing, but I'm cautiously optimistic. You know, the first one was good, but not great. It was a fun experience though. And if you like this character of Venom and Eddie, you like that movie for sure. But again, the first like 34 minutes, I felt like was super rushed. The second one was a disaster in terms of storyline, in terms of tone, in terms of everything. So I'm hoping this one kind of reels it in a little bit and is closer to the first one than the second one. But yeah, I'm excited. I love the character of Venom. I'm glad to see that they're bringing that they're doing another one, and they're gonna bring this dynamic duo, Tom Hardy as Venom back. So I'm excited for that. But again, I'm cautiously optimistic. I've been falling behind on my Marvel stuff for 2 reasons. 1, I haven't been into it, honestly, because Thor Love and Thunder was just a disaster. 2, I've been very busy. And 3, I want all of those things to kind of be reactions that I do on my Patreon. So we'll see what happens with this. There's a lot of stuff coming up. I'm excited for Deadpool. That's coming out pretty quick here. I think it's the only movie that the MCU is going to release this year. Deadpool's never ceased to kind of be what it is and be like the shining light in the dark times for that. It is the MCU right now. So I'm excited for that. And I know I have faith in Ryan Reynolds that he won't let it be, you know, fall victim to the MCU or what the MCU or Disney has done to the MCU as of late. But yeah, I'm excited for that movie too. Anyways, if you like this content, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell on my channel. It helps the channel out a lot. What do you think of this trailer? Are you excited? Are you not excited? I know the last one left kind of a nasty taste in our mouths. And I know that a lot of you expect like perfection in every movie you see. I don't think this trilogy is that. I think this trilogy is supposed to be a fun ride, which the first one gave us. So let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate you all. Please remember that good vibes are contagious.